Good afternoon, friends, brother and sister patriots, and all of the federal agents that are listening to us on our telephones, email systems, Facebook, and probably the light bulbs overhead. I came today to tell you that it's your right. It's your right to own a gun. It's your right to carry a gun. In fact, it's your right to protect your family and yourself with your gun. In fact, here in the Commonwealth, our Constitution clearly states that those rights cannot even be questioned. So tell me then, why do we have socialist organizations like Peace Action, Ceasefire PA, and those moms that want some action? Oh, moms demanding action, sorry. Why are they questioning our rights? And the answer is simple, my friends. They desire to tear apart the very fabric that clothes our nation in liberty and protects us from tyranny. The great object of every man, the great object is that every man be armed. Everyone who is able may have a gun. That was said by Patrick Henry. Gun owners, and more importantly, gun carriers, have been absolutely vilified by these left-wing socialist groups. Just this week, Patriot hero Sarah Merkel, who is only 17 years old, wore a pro-gun t-shirt to school. And they demanded that she take it off or turn it around. This owing to a strict no-gun policy at her school. Although that policy was never written down, never documented. In fact, no one's ever seen it. All they know is they don't like guns. In fact, kids are being expelled from school for gun-shaped keychains, gun-shaped fingers, and the most dangerous of all, gun-shaped Pop-Tarts. The agenda is clear. They desire to make anyone who owns or carries a gun into a villain or a psychopath, or my very favorite one, a person with an extremely small penis. Now, ladies, I don't know where that leaves you. The NFL just this week instituted a ruling stating that even off-duty police are not allowed to carry their off-duty weapon into a stadium. How insane is that? I mean, seriously, most police departments require that off-duty police officers carry their off-duty weapon all the time. Now, the answer to this is this. They want their special police with special secret training to protect you. Special police, much like the German ones that they had about 70 years ago called the Gestapo. No, the reality is that there are good men and there are bad men. And bad men have been walking amongst us since Adam had his first children. Cain was a bad and evil man, and he killed his brother. Now, early historians say that the weapon that Cain used to kill his brother was a rock. I take particular note that God, in his infinite wisdom, did not put a prohibition on rocks anywhere in the Bible, and I speak to you on that as a biblical scholar. He did, however, make murder a crime. And he made the penalty for that crime very harsh. Now there's a concept. We should outlaw crime. There's an idea that I think works. Mind you, it would tend to put a lot of politicians out of work. Now, when efforts to outright ban guns and gun components fail, the battle goes into the social arena. The left-wingers will paint you as an evil or a sick person. The mere fact that you have a gun will immediately brand you as the bad guy. Oh, they'll tell you that they support the Second Amendment, just so long as you keep your gun at home, unloaded, disassembled, locked in a safe, with your windows and doors securely bolted and the shades drawn. And that only after you have been properly licensed, fingerprinted, photographed, and checked by a psychiatrist. Oh, and no ammo. Remember, ammo is only for the DHS. They're not fools, guys. They know what they're doing. They know that a right not exercised is a right lost. They want it to make it difficult, if not impossible, to exercise those rights. And the question is, do we know that? Does your neighbor who owns a shotgun that he takes hunting once a year know that? Does your sister who has a revolver in her nightstand for personal protection, does she know that? Does your friend at work who goes target shooting on Saturday afternoons, does he know that? Do they know that every right is important? And that includes your right to openly carry your firearm? Or will they allow that right to be abrogated because it doesn't concern them right now? A right not exercised quickly becomes a privilege, and a privilege can be revoked at any time. Hiding our guns in a closet or even tucked under our shirts is to the Second Amendment what taking this microphone and putting it in my pocket is to the First Amendment. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? Now I've broken it. See, this is what happens when you conceal carry. You can't get it back out again. It's terrible. They tell us that we need more gun laws. Really? What I'm holding here, this book, is the Pennsylvania laws relating to firearms. It's outrageous. Now, my friend Joshua Prince is going to speak next. And I like Josh. We had dinner together last night. But I don't want to have him with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, to advise me on every last thing that I do concerning a firearm, because they make the laws so complex that a regular person can't understand it. This is why we need to fight for things like, oh, I don't know, constitutional carry. Constitutional carry says, I've got a constitution that says that you can't tell me where and when I can carry a firearm. So I'll just put it on my hip, and that's it. The Second Amendment becomes my carry permit. Ronald Reagan famously said, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government, I'm here to help. Now, if the Kenyan who lives in the White House right now has taught us anything, it's this: more government and more laws only hurt freedom. And that, my friends, is the goal of every socialist liberal in Washington and in Harrisburg. So I ask you, are you a people of freedom? Are you a people of liberty? Are you a people of action? Ronald Reagan also said this: the ultimate determinant of the struggle now going on for the world will not be bombs and rockets, but a test of wills and ideas, a trial of spiritual resolve, the values we hold, the beliefs we cherish, and the ideas to which we are dedicated. We have to go beyond rallies and Facebook posts and things on the internet. We have to win the hearts and the minds of those people who are in the middle of the road. We need to let them see us, the patriot, as a good thing, as good people and positive people. People willing to take a stand. People willing to make a difference. People who honor and uphold the rights and the liberties given to us by God and defined by the Constitution of the United States. Proclaiming this is still your right. Use it or lose it. Do not let your tongue be silenced or idle. Freedom is a right worth fighting for. Freedom is a right worth dying for. In conclusion, I humbly offer to you the most famous speech on liberty and freedom ever given. And I pray that I might do the immortal words of Patrick Henry justice. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging the future but by the past. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth. For my part, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. It is vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war is actually begun. Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.